Time now for your forewarned weather with Thomas Keyboy.
Good afternoon, Utah. Happy Wednesday. We're more than halfway through the work week at this point. Time is currently 4:46, and on the forewarned radar, things are nice and calm across the Beehive State for the most part. There are a few spotty showers in northeast Nevada, but those showers won't be able to make their way here. As we go into tonight, we'll mainly be looking at just a mixture of clouds with those temperatures that will be dropping to below freezing for just about everyone. We'll get you caught up on that in just a moment. But in the meantime, we'll go ahead and take a live look outside. This is the view from Snowbird looking down into the Salt Lake Valley. Pretty sunset even with the cloud coverage. Unfortunately, though, as we look from the top of Hidden Peak at 11,000 feet, you can look down below and see the haze that has enveloped the Salt Lake Valley. At this point, we're sitting with moderate air quality, while actually most of our northern Utah valleys are still good air quality, even though that will likely continue to worsen over the next couple of days with relatively quiet conditions staying in place. Here's the current view down in St. George as we approach sundown, and we have a decent amount of cloud coverage, but most of those clouds are mid-level and high-level clouds. Temperatures at this point mainly in the 30s and 40s, while St. George currently sitting at 48 degrees after briefly getting into the low 50s this afternoon. Your dog walking forecast, if you're heading out for maybe an evening walk, it will be chilly, so make sure that you bundle up, but Maverick here has the right idea, still in the festive spirit. And we still love him showing these festive dog walking forecasts. Will be around 31 degrees in Salt Lake at 8 o'clock, and then those temperatures eventually dropping into the mid and upper 20s for those overnight lows along the Wasatch Front. So it's going to be chilly, but it will be a fraction warmer for most locations compared to what we saw last night. And then our warming trend continues tomorrow afternoon with daytime highs just a little bit warmer than what we found out there today, but it will be held somewhat in check in our northern Utah valleys due to those inversion layers staying in place and strengthening. Go ahead and zoom things in here for a better perspective, and you'll see that throughout northern Utah, daytime highs will mainly be in the 30s and 40s. Even the Wasatch back between Park City and Heber will likely see daytime highs in the low 40s, well above average for this time of year. In central Utah, daytime highs mainly in the 30s and 40s as well. And by the time you make your way down south, you'll see a mix of 30s, 40s, and even a few 50s out there. Beaver could see a daytime high of 50 degrees tomorrow afternoon, 53 for Kanab. While St. George won't be feeling like the end of December. With a daytime high of 57. For perspective, the average high for this time of year in St. George is low 50s like we saw today. Let's go ahead and begin the Futurecast, and we'll start this at 7 o'clock this evening. Not much to show as we go from today into tomorrow. High pressure firmly taking control of our weather, but with the high pressure taking charge by tomorrow, our winds will be out of the south, and that's what's going to result in those temperatures continuing to warm. That will continue to be the case through Friday into Saturday, with that high pressure staying in place. But once we get into Saturday and Sunday, leading into New Year's Eve, that high pressure begins to move out of the way, and we'll start to see a little bit more active weather find its way in from the west. And by Sunday, we actually could see a system brush by the southern portion of the state to bring us the potential of some wet weather. This chance, not all that great. We're just going to have to see how the forecast model plays out in the next few days. And then by Monday into Tuesday, so for New Year's Day into New Year's Eve, some forecast models, not all, are showing another system potentially dropping in from the northwest. If this one were to drop in, it likely wouldn't bring us much, but of course we'll take all the moisture that we can get at this particular point, and nothing is set in stone. We'll just have to continue to fine-tune it, and then maybe by the middle of next week, that system off the Pacific coast could eventually work its way through the Beehive State, but that's just another wait-and-see kind of situation. So we'll continue to keep you posted just over the next few days, staying relatively quiet before we could see some changes leading into New Year's. In St. George, daytime highs mid to upper 50s, staying well above average. Then we add in that slight chance Sunday into New Year's Day, with daytime highs gradually easing back down into the low 50s. Meanwhile, along the Wasatch Front, our daytime highs will continue to run above our seasonal averages, mainly low to mid 40s, potentially sneaking into the upper 40s on Saturday with that strong southerly wind. Then we add in that slight chance on Monday and Tuesday, and fingers crossed we get the moisture and also clear out some of this haze, with daytime highs potentially dropping back into the upper 30s by the middle of next week. Stay with us. We'll be right back after the break.